Enchanté. Don't spill it on my blanket.
Well, it was an incredible week.
Oh my goodness.
Been working on that fence all week.
I know. What are you, 2/3 of the way done?
Yeah, something like that. 2/3.
It's a colossal undertaking. It
is.
Much more than I expected. I mean, we started it 10 days ago.
Maybe, yeah. It's been quite a bit.
I mean, just to find each branch and
Some more branches to find, yeah.
hit rock every time you
Yeah.
dig a, what are those called? T-posts?
T-posts, yeah.
T-post in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So what did you get planted? What did you get done?
oh my gosh. I don't know. A lot. I got dill, cilantro. I got the rosemary plants in. I did a white dill. It's a really pretty, like a cut for cuttings, for arrangements. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Arugula, radish, spinach, a couple different kinds of lettuce. You asked, here we go.
Wow.
Leeks, 3 types of onions. This is the first year I grew onions from seed. So,
Well, they're good.
I don't know why that was always so intimidating to me. Like, why? I've always done leeks.
Right.
Why would onions be intimidating?
Yeah,
But
really.
it's like leek. It's like planting individual blades of grass. So that was fun.
But yeah.
Almost all the roses are in. Half of the snapdragons are in. What else is out there? Goodness.
Birds.
A lot. Swiss chard. Beets.
Yeah.
The snap peas are coming up. So it's...
Well, it sounds like a pretty good day. Good week, I mean.
Yeah, it's good. It's just I'm really adjusting to this concept of gardening in zone 5B. We're, almost 400 miles north, 350, and apparently that's a big deal because you're like waiting for the snow to melt, and then you're waiting for it to get warm enough to plant your kale and cabbage. I got all that in. To
Right.
put those
Put
crops,
those
your
in.
cole crops in. And then you're praying it doesn't snow on them. And then here we are 3 weeks later, and by like next week, you put your tomatoes and peppers in.
Right.
Now everybody around here says wait till Memorial Day.
Mm-hmm.
Farmer's Almanac says the last frost is the 18th.
Right.
So I'm gonna split the difference. I'm gonna roll the dice. Be ready with some plastic.
Yeah.
if I need
Yeah, we've
to.
rolled the dice before.
We've rolled the dice before. Every gardener would say it's not worth it, but I know that every gardener sympathizes with that. Just need to do it. to do it. So.
All right, I got 4 more. A couple of them are kind of curvy, but.
Help on me, Lee? Good job, buddy. So, the thing about cabbages is the closer they don't like to have their roots bumped around, so you can just use this spoon. You go down like that and just gently pop it out, okay? Just like that, okay? The closer we plant them together, the smaller the head is going to be. So let's find a stick that you can use. I'll get you one. Sure, let's do it like that. Let's do it like a zigzag. Okay, so let's start here. And then we go like that. And like that. Okay. As deep as the... Yeah. Can you use a spoon for this? There you go. Thank you, sweetie. Pajamas, the pacifier, the sunglasses,
Yeah.
And with farm pants. And there's
track pants, styling. Is there a dinosaur in here? Over there in the woods? Okay, can you get the shovel in there? Because I don't want to break them.
With the pickers?
Yeah, you want Mama to do it?
Hmm?
Mama can do it.
Yeah.
You want to hold those? We're going to make butter. Yep.
Push it.
Push it.
Yeah, Mom, push it. I can wipe. Hold on.
Planting for lunch can be one of the bigger challenges of the planting season. Today we're blessed, we have leftover bread, we have ramps from the forest, and we have an abundance of eggs. So we're making a compound butter with ramps, crusty bread, fried egg. It's gonna be delicious, don't you think? Planting bareroot roses needn't be intimidating. In fact, it's one of the easier, more affordable ways for you to add long-lasting color to your garden. I have my tub of David Austin's here, just a few left to go, some Strawberry Hill Climbers, and the beautiful Desdemona, which I'm going to use to show you how to plant them. So this is what a bareroot rose looks like. Kind of ugly. Will be gorgeous though. You can expect them to grow a couple feet in the first year and produce color. So it's not that you're going to have to wait around. It's that usually they're a bit more affordable than buying a 2 or 3 gallon potted rose at the nursery. I ordered mine from davidaustin.com. I'm going to just trim these roots up just a little bit. I have everything over at my planting site, so I will show you what I need. This is the bud union. Now when you're planting your bareroot roses, you want to be mindful, just like anything else, of where you live. So for those of you in beautiful climates like California, you can plant this guy right at the soil level, the bud union. Now for us here in northern Wisconsin, I'm going to give this rose a little bit more protection from the frost because it's easy for us to have 2 or 3 weeks of below 10, below 12 degree temperatures like in January and February. So I'm going to bury the bud union a couple inches below the soil line and bring it right up to about here, which makes it feel like nothing's ever going to happen, but it will. So let's go over to my site and I'll show you how to do it and what you need to plant this. I chose David Austin roses simply because that was really important for me for my garden this year. You can get bareroot roses just about anywhere at the hardware store. Sometimes they're on the end cap at the grocery stores at this time of year. It's not always about what kind of rose you plant, it's about what you plant your rose with. So I have a bucket here of beautiful compost. I've got goat droppings, I've got compost from the forest floor. This is some really, really good stuff here. So I've dug out my hole, about 2 feet wide, got some backfill in the bottom, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some compost. I'm also going to add some of this fungi. I will put a link for the description for you, but this is really important for your root stimulation. I would not leave this out. So a couple teaspoons of that right where the roots are going to go. And I'm going to do that again on the second layer. I also have some kitchen scraps. Don't be afraid to use your kitchen scraps. I've got some eggshells and a banana peel. I'm always setting a little bucket aside in the kitchen in the spring and summer just in case I need to grab some stuff for planting. Where's my rose? All right, so here again we have our bud union, and I am going to spread the roots out, get this little guy nestled in. Oh, needs to be a little bit deeper. And then take my hoe and set it across the hole. So this is ground level, and I'm going to use my hoe to kind of hold the rose in place so I can figure out where that bud needs to be. Let's see here. There you go. Finish off with my backfill. Add some more compost. And I can still see the roots, so I'm going to add a little bit more of that fungi. And if you want to add rose food, this is when you could do that. Find your favorite organic rose food and you could add it at this point as well. I like to use a lot of compost. That's it. It's as easy as that. Give it some good water, water it in. You can underplant it just to kind of hide the ugliness until it really gets going with lavender or lady's mantle or any of your other favorite perennials or annuals. This desmona is going to be beautiful. I've got another one on the path beside me. It'll get 3 to 4 feet wide. I can't wait to see it. It's going to be gorgeous, but that's how you plant a bare root rose. So go get yourself one. They're a lot easier than you think.
you're old enough to be Billy. Everyone's freaking 1, 2. I'm not getting the number of keys. Shut up! I'm a preteen. What the heck is that supposed to be?
She's a preteen. It's ridiculous. She's not even in the double digits. Next
I remember when I
year.
turned into the double digits, Mom cried for hours.
For what?
When I turned 10.
Oh, that's not the way.
And now I'm almost 14.
And now we're gonna cry when you turn 14.
Daddy, I'm a cat.
Did you just poop?
No.
I don't have
Try that.
a
That's good. I drew Ed's face with it.
See? Look at
Look
this.
at I said I don't have a
Princess.
That's
Wanna win no matter what?
I'm choosing.
Yeah, you should. I got me.
You guys are gonna win at Junior.
Dad, in my opinion, your prize winner is little Princess Joker.
Guys,
What's that
Here's the
doing?
full time
oh Mom, Amelie likes the Green Bay Packers baseball.
Pictures of the cat. Green Bay Packers baseball. Pictures of the enterprise. A fish.
That's you.
All right, I'm almost done.
I put boom on my distal so you know it's long.
It's my own fish. It's my own fish with the mermaid. Pictures of a mermaid. I think a mermaid.
All I do is win. Win, no matter.
Pictures of a mermaid. Pictures of a mermaid.
Okay, Julia, keep looking at me. This is gonna be terrible, but I'm taking it. Okay?
Dad,
Oh,
it's alright. Don't
That
tell
is
us.
interesting.
Don't bluff, Dad.
interesting mouth that you have there.
Peter Pan.
How about weapon? I just wanted dessert.
Guys, pictures of.
We're gonna get a nice break here soon. We're going to the big city.
Yes, we are. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe we're going to see Jan Tiersen like spitting distance from the piano. I can't. It's unbelievable. I mean, just his music is the soundtrack to our lives. I mean,
Right. Sounds
we've been listening to his music almost as long as we've been married.
right.
That movie is like stupid. It's like a part of my soul, you know? When it reminds me of moving up here. So when we saw that movie, everybody's like, oh, Paris isn't France. Any French person would say Paris isn't France.
Right.
Totally agree. It's like London isn't England. I totally get it.
Right.
But Paris is still Paris. And so the way he filmed, not Jan, but the director, the way he filmed that movie, the filters and everything, that's how Paris looks through my
Through your filter.
rose-colored
Right.
glasses,
Right.
through my filter. Like, that's what it was to me. What it
Definitely.
ever...
Yeah, I agree.
So much, And I was just telling Amelie the other day, I'm like, you have to understand, like, I decorated our house based on that movie. I had this color, the red, the touch of blue,
Right.
the accordion, and like everything. It's so much a part of us. We named our daughter Amelie, for goodness sake, and now we get to go
See him.
see Jan Tiersen
Yep.
play. His
Yeah.
music is so beautiful, and
It should be amazing. Can't wait.
I mean, could you have just the full circle, our Celine and Mikkel invited us to see that movie. We left just changed.
Yeah, I remember.
I remember. We just left the theater like, I'll never be the same. And then we named our daughter Amelie. And we lost Celine last year. And Mikkel and the children are coming from France to see us this year.
Right.
And we're going to see Jan Tiersen. I can still see in the, the metro, how it has all those big posters, I can still see the album when I had my apartment, like he had a new album, Jan Tiersen C'était Ici. I can still see those posters in the metro, and I just can't.
Nice.
I can't believe we're going.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
It's going to be incredible, and I think it's going to be good. I want the kids to live here, obviously, but it's going to be good for them to be exposed to the city. You and I had that exposure. Never really been to a show. They've been to a show here, but not a show in the city. And
Right. I've never been to a piano show like this before, ever. So.
But you've been where the audience is so receptive, you know, Ravinia or
true.
whatever, where they're so, you know, bravo. And like,
Right.
I'm excited for them to feel the energy of the audience respond to his performance.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think that'll be really great for them.
Yeah, I think so.
And then
back to this.
And then back to this. We'll come back and
As soon as I can get back.
as soon as we can, I know, right?
Yep.
It's going to be so great to go, but we're going to be like so happy to get back. And then we'll start in again. Tomatoes and peppers and...
Yep. Then we're staying.
And then we're staying.
Yeah, we're
All summer. It's summer in Door County.
Yep. Cheers to that.
Not going anywhere.
No, we're not.
No way.
Enchanté.
Well, should we pack?
I thought we were done. Look at about 14 to 16 hours. Okay. Yes. Let's go.
Let's go back.
Let's go back.
Fries.
So this is the line of the land. So this is the line of the... How does it look, Amelie? Here comes Dad.
Okay.
Oh, he's right here. Let's drawing on Dad's head.
That's right there.
I gotta give you a lot of credit for doing it with that thing. That's his only excuse. Look at her face.
And then you need to paint the house before they put the road.
Yeah, Dad.
Well, can I do that between the hours of 8 p.m. and 4 or 5 in the morning? I could do it in the dark with lights.
And oh, hope you didn't film that.
I did. Good uptake.
It can be done.
We can be done.
Yeah, you can cut right after that.
Please, dear Lord, let that be recording.